All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here we are back on game 2 here in the round of 128 between Mr. SheffElite, who has switched on up to the Lictor Alpha for the Tyranids, versus Trojan for fun Farseer. So yeah, a lot of potential there for infiltration, like you were saying. I enjoyed that. By the way, I'm Harlequin here today with Mr. 5-star General Head Honcho Extraordinaire from GameReplays.org.
Hi guys. Actually, the head honcho would be Ninja Butter, I presume.
I use that term very loosely.
Mistress. But I suppose I'm the day-to-day honcho, maybe.
There we go. That's what I meant by head honcho. She, of course, is Great Mistress, which is a title above that, just slightly.
Yes, she gets all the acclaim. I do all the work.
There we go. That sounds fair. So anyhow, yeah, it looks like SheffElite is kind of digging into his playbook here, trying to come up with something new, going for Lictor Alpha. I do like the fact that Trojan was not put off at all by that. He chose a strange hero, his Farseer. He went back to his roots, and having one isn't going to try anything tricky. Just going to do that again.
Yeah, especially because, as we mentioned during the break, Trojan had commander choice if he wanted it.
Huh. And we had a little bit of flesh hooks there out of the Lictor Alpha, just kind of grabbing away that Farseer, preventing that one power node cap there. Interesting enough.
Actually going ahead to cap it for himself now. No, but he's going to back off here. He doesn't want to get engaged in direct combat. No, he actually, never mind, he will. But we do have Banshees coming up. We have Termagants sitting in wait. But now they may go up the ramp first. We're not going to see these Banshees. No, they do see the Banshees in time, so they don't get trapped. And actually we see Guide being cast.
Yeah, Banshees just got Guide on them. Going for the real quick Spore Mine build, too, as well. I didn't even hesitate there. Whereas,
help deal with these Banshees.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, whereas Trojan went right away for his gen farm, double
He's
generator.
He's got to watch this Farseer.
No, Farseer! Oh, really lucky proc there.
Yeah, that melee special attack there just got him out alive excellently. But these Banshees now are engaging this Lictor Alpha. I don't see the point in this engagement. I felt like they should have just retreated immediately there. They are going to lose at least one model, maybe two models. If we can see a Flesh Hook go down here, we could see definitely a second model off. But no, they do seem like they're going to get out with only one model, but I still feel like that's one model too many there. And we are seeing that SheffElite is pushing on all fronts. Again, it looks like he's taking the early game advantage right now. He's pushing Trojan's generators pretty hard. We are seeing Rangers coming out, though. Formagon's pushing pretty hard on the left, top left side. So, yeah, it's looking a little bit like the first game.
I love this combo. I mean, he basically made a called shot hoping Trojan was going to go for the same build. The Crippling Poison with Termagants, plus the Spore Mines, really brutal against the Howling Banshees like we just saw there. So, could be good. Could be good here. I like how these Spore Mines are just kind of like coyly waiting around the corner here, just kind of acting as a nice buffer.
Looks like they're going to go heading straight in. Here come the Termagants to support. Spore Mines are going to try and get up to the Rangers. I think is where they're going. They force the Rangers off. The Termagants going to Crippling Poison. The Banshees, one of the Spore Mines goes off. Does a lot of damage to the Banshees. It looks like they're still getting out. Two Banshees fall on retreat. And now the Farseer goes out. This whole generator farm is going to fall for Trojan.
Man, brutal assault here. So SheffElite, just not put off at all by his earlier loss, has just kind of gathered his forces here and really strong attack. He is up with a triple cap right now, 489 to 390. Looking pretty good. Ooh, my colors are reversed. I don't know if yours are. Yep.
Yeah, reversed for me as well. So yeah, I just want to point that out, everyone. Yep, colors are reversed. So,
hey, by the way, in the patch notes, they mentioned they changed that, so I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah, we are both incredibly happy about that. It makes our job so much easier. This last Spore Mine is taken out by the Rangers before it's able to get to them to do any damage at all. And now we have the Farseers pushing, but now again, she's Crippling Poison. She's taking hits here from the Termagants. Gets Flesh Hooked right into the Termagants. Now the Lictor Alpha cloaks. Could have gotten a couple hits more there, but just kind of didn't because he decided to cloak. I'm not really sure what was up with that. Nonetheless, a nice try to give the Farseer at a bare minimum. That will make her take a lot more time back at base. And now also these Guardians are going to have to get out of here, but they're going to have to run through these Termagants, possibly take a model loss because of that. Nope, Termagants are going to just keep on running to go ahead and find the Rangers, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Yep, they're going to go ahead.
Grab that hit
Rangers.
Oh, he doesn't care about that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rangers are getting raped by that. Oh, man, the Crippling Poison is doing a ton of damage. Oh, it looks like he's upgrading his Pathfinder gear finally.
Yeah, it seems like baseball would save the Rangers there as all the Termagants were firing pretty different targets within the Ranger squad. So the distribution of damage is pretty even. We do see Raveners coming out now, though, for SheffElite, and actually devour Raveners at that. So his range prowess here is going to be pretty huge. But he's got to watch out for the Shuriken up until that point. It is guided, so it's going to be doing extra damage.
Yep. Shuriken Cannon plus snipers, that's a bad news right there for the Termagants. They're going to have to retreat on out of there. It looks like he might be able to, yeah, it looks like Trojan may be able to regain control of this victory point. But no, the Raveners pop on in, knocking aside that Shuriken Cannon with ease. However, I think they're just going to get a little bit too much focus fire here. They're probably going to have to retreat away.
This is a little too much for them, so their primary goal here is to get out without taking any more damage. These Banshees do not have aspect, though, so they're not going to be able to chase too much and retreat. The Lictor Alpha here is just going to snipe a model, I believe, off the Shuriken platform and go ahead and retreat out. And meanwhile, these Hormagaunts are going to get forced off by the Farser, who should be able to snipe. Nope, she's not going to be able to get one model, actually. Looks like she might have been able to, but now these Banshees are, what are they looking for? Looking for one of the two power farms? Or are they looking for the Hormagaunts? These are Adrenal Gland versus non-upgraded Banshees. The aspect upgrade is going down, though, so would have been kind of interesting if Trojan would have engaged there, in my opinion, because it's always interesting in Dawn of War 2 when you have units engaging in combat, and they're like, you know, non-upgraded, but you're researching the upgrade, and your opponent doesn't know it, and the upgrade finishes, all of a sudden, the dynamics of the battle just completely change in the middle, and then, like, retreating out of it, especially in melee combat, is almost impossible at times, so. And we see actually more Spore Mines from SheffElite training.
Ooh, that's interesting. I like the fact that he, during all that stuff earlier, he managed to do a little bit of back capping with his Hormagaunts there, and as a result, you can see that even now, ooh, nice crippling poison going off once again on these Howling Banshees towards the middle here. Howling Banshees getting destroyed as the Raveners pop up underneath them.
Oh man, they are getting out of there.
One model left.
Oh, they're not gonna survive. They go down. Now these Raveners are going after the Shuriken platform, and they are able to tie it up here. The Rangers doing quite a bit of damage to the Shuriken. Is in a lot of danger, but
just barely gets out. Yeah, that was a nice knockback there by the Rangers, just for a second, just kind of keeping them at bay.
Yeah, definitely. It probably was the thing that saved that platform and bought the time for the Rangers to go ahead and get that snipe off on the Raveners that forced them to retreat.
Snipers here are going to be forced to retreat. This Farseer is pretty on top of things, though. She's got her Armor of Fortune up. Fortune ability is active on her, so she's, you know, she's okay. But that crippling poison just gives so much early control for SheffElite here.
Yeah, we do see SheffElite is going tier 2. He's a little late on putting that down, but he has gotten the timing now. Meanwhile, we do see these Hormagaunts were bashing some generators, and now they're all over some Guardians. Going to be able to take some models off that as well. Trojan actually doing pretty decently on Requisition, which is a little interesting, but not so great on Power. So he is trying to make his way to tier 2, but none of this is really going to help him here, losing all these models, having to look at replacing them at some point down the line, and having more generators bashed. And SheffElite has got...
Oh, no, I was going to say, yeah, he's just chopping away at these generators right now, almost... he was unfortunately attacking the one that was being built, and that managed to sustain itself. But he knocked that entire Guardian squad down to a single model as well there. Brutal.
Yeah, he's been inflicting pretty good losses while himself not taking too many. And he's got a fair amount of resources to do whatever he wants here in tier 2. I'm not sure if he's going to look to fast tech or if he's actually going to go ahead and invest in something in tier 2.
Yeah, Trojan's looking pretty cornered at this point. No sign of tier 2 just yet. He does have enough power at this point, but the Raveners are doing a really great job just kind of keeping the Rangers and the Shuriken Cannons at bay here, while the rest of the Termagants are just kind of chopping up this gen farm. Once again, we see that great crippling poison on the Farseer. Farseer having nothing to do with that.
And here come the Spore Mines. They're going right at the Rangers and the Shuriken. We do see a nice usage of Guide on the Shuriken here to try and get some extra damage to take out the Spore Mines before they can do too much damage, but they're going to force out the Rangers, bring them down to one model, and those are not cheap to replace, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Termagants looks like they are finally being chased away here. A lot of damage done to the Rangers and that Shuriken team. The Ravener squad rather lost one. Ooh, we got some Spore Mines being called in right on top of the Spore Mines, or is that Warrior? What do we got here?
Yep, that's
Spore Mines right on top
of them. Yep. And
looks
we're
like
seeing they're chasing this Ranger's got to be careful. It only has one model.
Oh.
And we're seeing these Spore Mines just maneuvering into the retreat path. Not exploding.
Oh, so close.
Oh, man.
I wonder if he's gonna
Well, it was for 100 red, not too bad of an attempt to do something there. The thought was good. But you see, though, what's happening right now, though, is Trojan is about 3/4 of the way to tier 2. But SheffElite just got a Tyrant Guard out. And actually, I'm kind of liking this move a lot because, you know, if he was facing the Warp Spider Exarch, maybe not as good of a move because you've got the whole issue of maybe being able to call them Warp Spiders pretty quickly. But Trojan here would actually have to build Warp Spiders to even have Haywire at the moment. But the biggest issue for Trojan right now is he lost his Banshees. He's not going to have the Exarch Banshee squad to be his first line of defense against this super heavy infantry threat.
Yeah, there is really no good threat out there at this point. He's going to have to do something to deal with that because the guy is just going to be able to stomp right on through. Ooh, taking out the power node once again. Or finishing it, rather.
Yeah, he is just kind of standing around here, allowing the Rangers to hit him. And here comes the Autarch. These Germagons have to move. They decide to move forward and actually move towards the Ranger. And the Lictor Alpha's coming up behind the Ranger now.
Yeah, we just saw flesh hooks out of the Lictor Alpha pulling one model off of that Ranger squad, too, almost killing it.
And so now the Autarch is out. We see the Lictor Alpha engaging here as early as possible. The Autarch is actually going to go ahead and upgrade not the fusion gun, but rather the Executioner. My assumption on the reasoning behind this here is that Trojan is actually going to go ahead and get the Bright Lance, right? So it looks like he's going to rely on the Executioner here to damage the Tyrant Guard while it's not in its little shell mode, but rather while it's, up and open.
Yeah, yeah.
And try to force it into the shell so the Bright Lance can take its time to do whatever it wants to do.
Yep, Bright Lance just working its way on down there right now. It's really dangerous, though. You can see by the score here that Trojan is down to only 69 points. Again, the score is reversed here with SheffElite at 444 right now. Ticking down, but still, he's really close. Anytime that SheffElite can get an advantage right now, as he is doing right now, while this Tyrant Guard is just kind of stalling here, he's busy just kind of capping the right points.
Yeah, and this is a great stalling effort here. I'm not sure. Would almost like to see him just go ahead and put it in its shell. I know that it takes AV damage then, and, the Bright Lance is there, and we'll do AV damage. But then again, he's got the Venom Brood coming up here trying to save it. Okay, he's going to go ahead and put the shell down here now that the Venom Brood is there. The regeneration in that shell, as you guys can see, watching the health here, is just so insane, per se, that, even with the AV here, it's going to take that Bright Lance a while. And any amount of time that the Trojan's got to spend dealing with that is time that he's not spending capturing victory points.
Oh, and right as that second victory point went up for SheffElite, it looks like Trojan's single Ranger managed to cap that top point. So once again, Eldar mobility just kind of sneakily managing to keep him in this game. But really, I think SheffElite just needs to sit back, remember what's going to win in this game. Wonderful, wonderful Ravener Brood burrow right there in the middle of Trojan's forces, by the way.
Oh, definitely. And I like the fact that he...
Good
and we are going to get GG here, yeah. I like the fact that that Ravener burrow was actually targeted at the Shuriken rather than the Bright Lance. I guess it should be kind of obvious that burrowing in front of the Bright Lance, in front of the Shuriken to get the Bright Lance, not the brightest of ideas, but nonetheless, he would get that.
Sorry, brightest of idea. Sorry, I amuse only myself. Anyhow, man, that was a good game. So nice. We get to move on to an ace match between these gentlemen.